In this episode, we mess around with the zoning adjuster to get our zoning just right. Stay tuned. Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines. This is the town of Prospect Valley. We're growing and we've got a fair bit of demand, and I'm going to start playing with that today. In the last episode, we kind of finished off this intersection over here. I've done a little bit more with regards to the line markings over here. And as you can see, I'm currently using a slightly different set of line markings. It's specifically for the fillers. I'll quickly pop into that. Let's pause the game where I'll quickly pop into that and show you just what I did over here. So I'll click this one. I've actually installed a template pack. So if we go to fillers, that's the only filler that is in fact available over here. So if I go into here and apply a template, you can see I've got the USRP. So that's the US road something fillers by Fear. And I'm just using that chevron. That's the standard one over there. That's a similar one to what they use in Australia. Also, I'm not sure where else. It's probably very much different to what they use in so the British version that they use and the European versions. But yeah, I'm comfortable with it. I found the normal ones was just a little bit too much. There's just so much line marking going on. This is a slightly a reduced set of line marking. So it's just a little easier on the eye, I find. But anyway, it's maybe just because I'm used to it. Anyway, so that's the only real difference that I've made over here is with regards to that. Now, if we go, we can see we've got a fair bit of demand for residential and a fair bit of demand for commercial zoning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and zone a little bit more over here so we can generate a fair bit more traffic. As you can see, we're also starting to generate a little bit more traffic over here. I'll go out of this and drop that down. So at some point, we'll have to start upgrading over here a little bit. Probably need to start upgrading there at some point also. But anyway, it is absolutely fine. I've applied those same things over here. It looks pretty good. What I am seeing is that guys are going rapidly quick around this corner, even though they probably shouldn't. So let's just apply. Yeah, absolutely. So 40 into there. And I'm actually quite comfortable with 40 at the lights themselves. Going away is probably okay. So something like that's okay. Definitely 40 around this bend over here. And then what we'll do is we will drop it down to 60 just before we get there. Something like that. Just so that they're not speeding like crazy around these corners. Okay, so that should hopefully slow things to a more manageable rate. Okay. Now, where are we going to add some of this demand? I think we just need to go ahead and expand in this general area. We've got some office zoning in here, which has not been being filled out at all. But what we'll do is we'll go ahead and expand on some more residential areas over here. We're not going to use any of this. I think it's either oil or ore or something like that. We're not going to use any of that. This is going to be our kind of city center. So one of the things that I think we should do is expand probably on this road, run that straight into that slightly larger boulevard over there. So let's grab one. I've also switched off the zoning adjuster mod has got some new features, and I've disabled zoning completely so that we'll manually do the zoning once we've done all the other stuff that we need to do. So let's just grab the normal road connection through there, and it's not about upgrading, it's about just expanding that. And the question is really, do we go up to about there and then turn into there? I think I'm almost sure that that's a better approach. If we do a little bit like this and then we do that, the problem is it's turn on turn. So I'll just go straight in there. So now we've got that. It's going to be a signal, and at some point we can do fun stuff with that intersection and kind of sort that out. So now zoning would not have been applied. So now we will need to, and I think it's Alt-Z, right? Let me try. It's Alt-Z activates the, don't think it actually activates it, does it? No, does not want to do it. So I'll just have to go in here, grab ourselves this one. So now if we are going to zone it, Yeah, see, now we can zone it, and I won't zone it up to there. I'll zone it up to this side, and we actually maintain the existing zoning on that side. What I would like to do is remove zoning on here. So if I just right-click those, yeah, they just take a little bit of while to remove. That's fine. I want to remove zoning off the boulevards for the most part. So that's okay. How much? We could actually add a little bit extra over there. I think that's about right. Now, let's get a few extra roads in place. We're going to use fairly similar roads that we've got already. Are we going to... Yeah, actually, that's not a bad... Well, what we'd rather do is run... I would like us to do something like this. Just the straight one. I do spend a fair bit of time with my roads. If I pull that back over here, now I'm gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna grab our, let's get out of the road tool, and I'm gonna go with the network multi-tool, and all I want to do is make sure we create a connection. And what we'll do is we'll get the first segment, we'll get the, ooh, they don't actually want to tie in. Ah, that's fine. And so that's kind of what I like, is to drag that out a little bit. Oh, I like it. We'll straighten it up at that corner there. Is that right? Or should we try and maintain this little straight section in there? So let me just see. So if I wanted to... How do I double click to change the curve direction? Ah, here we go. That's the tools. Yes, I want to make smaller curves. That's the one. I think that's the one for us in this kind of city style environment. So let's get, oh, I forgot to do that. Let's do that. Let's move these. Actually, let's try and do the larger curves instead. Oh, actually, that's quite nice. And what I could do is I could try and move that a little bit. So let's get those curves back to something like that, and we'll move. Yeah, actually, that's not bad. I kind of like that. That's not bad. Let's enter that. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. I like the tool. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to, just making sure that you've always got the tool doing its thing. But I do like that. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to try and do exactly the same thing over on this side, but I'm not sure how I'm gonna get that to work. But I would like a little bit of a road connection over here. It would actually be quite nice if we can do a very symmetrical thing over there. Is there like a copy a road or invert a road piece over here? Invert segment mode. Yeah, that's fine. Not quite what I had in mind. We can obviously create a copy, but anyway, maybe that's getting a little bit over the top. So what I'd rather do is let's just grab the extra one. How much was that basically offset? Oh, look at that. And even the zoning is pretty good around there, but it did go ahead and create the zoning. Okay, our academic year report is done. Our campus attractiveness went up a little bit. We've got a few extra students, some toga parties, but we're still pretty much unrecognized at this stage. I'm not going to bother with that just yet. So what I'm kind of after is if we do this. Okay, if I wanted to do something like, actually, only up to there is going to be about right. And what I'll also like to do is maybe, yeah, if we do it from here, something like that. So if we try and create a bit of a city block going on over here, that's not bad. That's going to be pretty good. And what we could do is we could, I am pretty keen on, so we've had into about there. So we'll do about that. There we go. And now what we'll do is let's see what we can do with the, with that, what is this tool called? Like network multi-tool, whether we can use the multi-tool to make something a little bit more spectacular with regards to better connections. So if that's kind of the guides of where we wanted to go, let's see what we can actually do with the multi-tool. Multi-tool, we want to do connections. I would like to connect from over here to over there. If we go on that side instead, yes, I like that. Now, with that in mind, if we go ahead and do this, oh man, I actually like that. That's cool. I am gonna go ahead and lock that in. That is an awesome little curvature over here. Now I'm going to do a very similar thing with this side. This is going to be pretty straightforward. We're on the wrong sides. Let's go to the right sides. And similarly, if we just widen up our curvatures a little bit. Why is... hang on. Can we just select the one? Double click to center. What? Okay, click on the node to change, create direction. Double click on the circle center to change the curve direction. Okay. Ah, I see. That's what it does. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Now, what else can we do? Change both radii, switch circles, press to change one radius. Okay, that's the one that I'm after. Press to enter. So if I do that, oh yeah, that's the one. I just want them to get, yeah, that's okay. So how do we switch to the other one? Do this one. There we go. So now that's both 100 meter radius, curve radius. I think that's a little extreme. So that and that, I like that actually. Let's pop that in. That's not bad. I'm fond of the tool actually. It will obviously take a lot more time to do all your curves in that way, but ultimately I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed. So if I go this one, and we go and create that, I like it. So if we do that, what is that? It's a little funny over here, but it does create some interest in this area. It does create some interest with some slightly weird and wacky curvatures. Yeah, the problem with doing this though, it's too many curves. We won't be able to do anything in terms of city blocks or something inside here. So it'll be a little awkward if we wanted to do something like that. I mean, I find it interesting that we do this, but doing too much of it is going to result in weirdness. It's going to result in a lot of weirdness. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to get rid of this section through here, and we'll just do the one curve. And I'm also kind of tempted to just get rid of that and just do one single curve around there. So if we do that, let's go back. So without the multi-tool, basically, we're just saying, can I just drop that so we can just get our standard curve tool? I just want to do that. So a single curve around there. And then what we'll do is a single curve around here. I think that is a little better. That one I really like, but this side is okay as well. It creates a curve over there and so on. So that's okay. Now we just need to provide something on the inside here. And I'm going to go and create, well, basically just like a block. Let's just go with the straight tool for now. Like that. Like so. So something like that's not too bad. That's I think that's interesting. I just don't like that sharp angle, but I don't think we're going to be able to do much more unless we just basically connect it straight in there. So if we do that, We'll go ahead and connect it straight in there. I don't know why it didn't, why it doesn't do that. I want to maintain the disabled piece over there. I think that's going to be okay. It's a little interesting, a little arty, like a little light bulb or something that we're doing over here. Anyway, we're not going to spend too much time and effort. That gives us a fair bit of extra space in between. We could do little cul-de-sacs also if we wanted to, but we're not going to score a lot by doing that. So let's just go ahead and start zoning this. Can I redo the zoning, please? I'm not a fan of what's happened with the zoning over here. So let's just switch off our zoning. It says we can do just one side of the zoning at the moment. I'm not too sure how that actually does work. But let's start off by providing zonings only on this. That's quite interesting. If we do that one instead, I think that's kind of okay. Well, we would like to do some zoning over there also. So that's okay. If we now put zoning in here, nah, that's not what we're after. So how do I do just the one side? Let's quickly see if we can get the options for zoning adjuster in here. I just want to get the tools quickly. So I'm spending a fair bit of time on doing these things. So what are we after? Zoning offset modifier key is shift. Zoning tool hotkey is like Alt Z, which it doesn't actually want to work. Automatically, I'm thinking it's clashing with something else, which I'll need to figure out. Automatically show zoning settings, reset panel position, blah, 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 blah. Okay, anyway, so they're actually not providing us with any real detail here. So we'll have to figure it out from here. So this one, I'm sure there's a tool to make sure that you just do the one side. Shift. Ooh, what did that do? Oh, that's adjusting it. Shift. Let's switch that off. Put that back on again. It should have protected that piece, to be honest. What does it do? Force zoning, prioritize older roads. Here we go. Switch it off. Switch it on. That's the one. That's what I'm after. And I want to like to disable zoning altogether. There we go. I think that's... Ooh. There we go. Perfect. So now we've just kind of made it a little bit more funky over there. So now with that zoning in place, we can actually run a proper block of zoning through there. I'm going to do the same. We'll just do run zoning all the way around. And what I'll do, I'll put a little bit of commercial out on this side. So let's just see about filling in all the way to there, all the way to there. And then what we'll do is we'll grab a little bit of commercial in these sections right over here. I think that's going to be okay. So that gives us a little bit of commercial over there. Good. I like that. I like that. Now, what I'm also going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and fill in some more of this. Well, the question is, do we readjust our zoning on this one too? So I would like to always do that, and I would like to always disable. I don't know why it keeps going off though. So let's click the button here and we'll switch that on. It doesn't, can we? Interesting. So if I use Alt, will Alt zones one side or the other side. But we can't do much more. In terms of Shift, Shift doesn't actually do much. But I think that's better. So we'll do a little bit better on here. I'm not sure zoning, well, zoning can be on all of this. That's fine. Let's do that. Do we have water? Yeah, I think I've done all of that with water and all of that. We still have a massive demand for residential, so we'll just go ahead and zone some more residential in this area. We'll do a little smaller block there, a slightly bigger one. Probably nothing in here, so we can have a little connection through to that open space. We'll run that through there. Slightly smaller one there. Slightly larger. Excellent. That's it. That's it. I like it. Yeah, spending a little bit of effort on your zoning, I think you'll get much nicer city blocks if you do it that way. Do this one. That one we won't zone. We can certainly zone a little chunk through here. Maybe a smaller one. Do that. I like it. You could have offset the zoning a little bit from the road as well. Uh-oh, there's a little gap there. So let's not do that. Let's do something like that instead. Nice. Okay, so that's a fair bit of zoning. It's going to go in here. What we could do, though, is we could zone like a small shopping, a small little shop somewhere. These are all filled in already, so we'll not do that. Let's fill in the rest of this. There we go, and we'll do one over there. Excellent, that's good. That'll be filling out quite nicely. Now, let's get some water in here because we're missing out. Perfect. Get the water filled in. Okay, that's going to hopefully generate a fair bit more population and a lot more traffic. I'm going to like that. I'm not opposed to what we're doing over here. This little city center style area is pretty good. We still need a little bit more in along the lines of commercial. So let's fill out a few more commercial properties over here. I'm happy to fill the rest of this like so. I think that's going to be okay. I did have an extra mod, so we could do some parking in here, to be honest. That might actually be a good idea. Get a little bit of parking going on in that spot. Oh, yeah, I think that's going to be awesome. A little bit of parking to the back there. Yeah, let's do that. That's something I'm not opposed to. It's over here, the parking roads. What I'll do is I'll see what this is like. Yeah, actually, that's probably the right one. Can we? Ooh, that doesn't quite want to be. So let's not do that one. Let's do the smaller one. Yeah, so if we do parking like so, what I'm interested in is getting this which is the parking road? This is just the parking lot service road. I think that's the standard one that we're after. Yeah, that's the one we're after. So now all I need to do is I want to provide it with an access point from over here. Well, alternatively, we could just... I don't want to do that. What I want to do instead is do it fairly straight to there, though. This one, I think, will be... If we just stop the snapping, please. Just switch off all the snapping. So why are you It's still snapping, right? Okay, maybe let's try it the other way around. But that's really what I'm after. That's really what I'm after. So if we try it the other way around and we say, well, we'll have our road run... I'm gonna run it all the way to the other side there. Oh, crap. It should not zone. Now, what's happening with our zoning? It messed it up completely. It messed up my zoning completely over here. That is unacceptable. Let's unzone those sections there. That is just not right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use that one. It's still completely messed up. I don't know how to... Can I reset it in any way? Or zoning reset? I can't reset zoning, it seems. Wow. Disable zoning. Thank you. Now, trying this again. What? Another academic year went by? We need to sort out some stuff there. Okay, so this time around, if I just run it straight into there... Okay, as a parking lot road, and straight into here. I believe. Yeah, and we just disable the zoning completely. And then we run this guy from that side to that side. I would have loved to trim it back a little bit more. Oh, you know what I can do? I can use move it to... I think that's a good spacing. What we'll need to do is just grab move it, bring this guy back a little bit like so. And we grab that again. Yeah, that's what I'm after. That's good. Now, there's a new mod, which I can't remember the name of it, but it basically allows these guys to snap. And that's the plan. That's what I'm after. We'll get a bit of snapping going on with the parking. So let's go in here and... How do I can't remember how I actually do it. I'll have to have a look, see if there's a tool of some sort. If I go back into roads, just in general, some of these roads, for instance, we should be able to just switch snapping back on. And now what I'll do is I'll grab this stuff. That's not quite what I'm after. Okay, let's just see. There's a tool. There is a tool. Let's go to the options. Come on, give me the options menu. What is my tool's name? Did I not? I might not have activated it, actually. Parking, snapping or something. Okay, so it's not activated, it seems. I'll have to switch it on. Maybe I haven't done so. So what I'm going to do is I'm just not going to finish off the parking right now. In the next episode, we'll come back and do some parking. But that's quite good. We're missing out on a few spots over here. Let's make sure to fill that out a little bit more. And then we'll have a look to see what's actually going on with our traffic situation. Now, with this in mind, let's quickly give a little bit of extra... A little bit extra kind of road area. I mean, another extra block or something would be pretty good. So if we go, say, all the way to there, you know what? I'd rather there's really not a lot of space here to do anything else really. So if we run it in here, say. If that's the case, we can run it a little deeper though. Let's go back. We're still not doing, now we're not. So if we do up to there, then up to here. And we do that. Excellent. Now if we come back and do the zoning for it, I think that's ideal. So let's do some zoning there and some zoning there. We'll do these two zones first. And then we'll do that side. And do we do the extra one? Oh, yeah, I think that works quite well. And we don't do anything over there. I think that works really nicely. We won't zone all of it, but we'll zone some of it. So what I'm after is probably a few more higher density commercial spots over here. So this is a nice big mixed use area. Some lower density commercial spots in that area. Okay, so a few shops, basic shops over there, and then we'll zone the rest of this as residential. And I won't actually zone it till the end, so not straight into the rail over there, and I'll just zone it up to about that spot. We're not going to zone on this side, so let's pause it while we switch off the zoning over here. So let me grab this and we'll do that. We'll switch off our zoning on these guys. Don't wanna? Yeah, okay, there it goes. That's been switched off. I'm not gonna do any zoning on that, and I'm probably not gonna do zoning right at the heart of this intersection either. So that kind of thing gives us a lot of additional space to work with. Now, I didn't quite want to do that, so let's get that zoned, and we'll drop that one, and then we'll just see. So now a proper sized building will be able to pop in there. I'm almost comfortable to do a little shop in there and a little shop in there, just so that we maintain some distance from the rail. Excellent, that's good. And we can even do that section through here also. But I'm thinking lower density on these guys. We didn't want the bigger stuff. Well, it's probably okay for us to do the higher density stuff. So let's just start it off with some commercial stuff. We'll go on the center. It's going to be busy in this area. And that's exactly what you expect in like your inner city downtown area. So let's do a little bit of this. And we'll have a couple of smaller pieces in here. Yeah, we'll do a little bit like that and see how that goes. So there we go. We've really added a fair bit more area in here now. That's really good. I like it. It's starting to take shape nicely. It's really nice and dense. A lot of little section of open space. We'll do some parking in a few locations. I'm not sure about parking in some of these. This might be more of a park environment with a little bit of extra parking over here. People are connected over there. We'll have to see what we do with this. I'm not sure I'm going to zone on here. So maybe this is a bit of an open park style area as well. We'll leave a fair bit of extra room over here. And let's demarcate that through a little pathway. Ooh, why do I have zoning on there? Let's just switch off the zoning. Yeah, up to there, that's okay. Switch off that zoning. Now, back to the pathway. I just want to make sure that we demarcate a fair bit of extra room for that. I wanted the little gravel path. Yeah, that's the one. So something like that. So there we go. That's our. I'm just kind of playing this by with a bit of a. So it's too big, to be honest. It's too big. But I'd rather just make sure that we secure the area where we will potentially need to expand on our intersection as this gets busier. But it's probably way overkill. Something like that, just to make sure we don't build in that area. This gives us a fair bit of room to further expand, even build a roundabout there if we wanted to. The rest of this, we can see how we use the rest of this, but that's pretty cool. Now, there's a few other spaces that we can still maybe fill in a little bit more. We can certainly, I don't mind providing a little bit more commercial in there, and then I was thinking residential down that stretch. Yeah, we probably need way more residential. So let's I want to make sure that we maintain appropriate commercial like streets and things like that. So let's make this entire street a commercial street. We'll have to see what we do with parking though. Kind of wondering, maybe we do a nice big parking area at the back over there. So let's leave that open. We'll get a little bit more over here and a little bit more over there and a little bit more in that location right there. So that's a fair bit more commercial coming in. Now let's expand our residential area. I'm just going to run residential through that entire stretch there. That's going to be awesome. There we go. That's filled out quite nicely. We are seeing some people complaining about the lack of workers. Is this, oh yeah, we're starting to see a little bit of office development over here actually. So let's see. If we look at our city vitals, our sewage treatment is getting a little bit low. We've got a fair bit of electricity. Of course we do. We've got a lot of water availability. Garbage processing status is good. Healthcare availability is good. Average health is slowly moving up. Cemetery usage, we've got one cemetery, I think, maybe two. Crematorium availability is a little low. Do we not have crematoriums? Crime rate is low. School availability, university availability is a bit of a problem. So let's have a quick look at our Frontier Hydro Institute. We have capacity for 950 students, but for some reason people aren't actually making the trip over here. That is quite interesting. We don't have the people. We don't have the people. So in the next episode, we may go ahead and expand on our university. Let's just make sure everybody has a drop of water. There we go. So that makes sure everybody has the water that they need. We can still do some upgrades and things over here. So that's pretty nice. That's a nice little straight stretch into here. Chestnut Park is ready to go. There's a bit of room available over here. We can see a fair bit of industrial demand now. That's good. That demand is in a decent space. We're seeing a lot more. There's some traffic for us to deal with. I like it. I like it. Let's look at this guy. Ooh, getting pretty busy. I like it. I like it. That means we will be able to spend a little bit of time and effort on sorting some of these traffic issues out. I like it. There's something funny going on over here, right? Yeah, we need to sort out what is happening with our phasing. This is getting pretty busy. Lots of it is parked cars, though. So that's not too busy then. Excellent. And we'll happily expand this a little bit closer to the university in this area. Probably need to expand into this side first. At some point then, when it really gets busy, we'll drop this rail. But we'll try and deal with it as is for the time being first. Just because we would like to see a fair bit more traffic problems before something for us to fix going forward. We probably need, so our university availability, for some reason, we're not actually getting people to university. So we need to sort out maybe a light rail or something that goes up here. Or, well, we've got the bus lanes, actually. We should maybe run our buses up here then. Just to make sure we can actually move some of these people. Maybe a light rail project between the university and here. We could combine this station as a combined light rail and bus station. That will work if we do that. I like the idea of that. I really like the idea of that. A combined bus and light rail. And then we'll see about running a light rail through our inner city streets over here. That's actually a good idea. In the next episode, we'll focus a little bit on our inner city light rail system. Yeah, I'm gonna like that. And we'll probably start fixing some of these intersections. I do like the idea of sorting out a little bit bigger and better use of these intersections. That's getting pretty busy too. Maybe a slip around there is just what we need. Our suburbs, of course, have no real problems with traffic because suburbs hardly ever do. It's where they get onto the bigger roads where it becomes a problem. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.